Good morning. Today on Spotlight, as we kick off the new year and the 57th season of Michigan's longest running weekly news and public affairs program, we'll shine our spotlight on the changing face of leadership in Pontiac. What's happening to cause this political shift in Oakland County's seat of government? And what does the future hold for this very historic city? We'll ask the new mayor, Tim Grimal, and we'll ask city council members Kathleen James and Brett Nicholson, also new members to that body. And Oakland County Commissioner Angela Powell will all join us. It's Sunday, January the 2nd of 2022. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me today on Spotlight as we kick off 2022, another year in the pandemic. Let me ask a simple question that I want to get a quick response from all four of you. I'll start with Mayor Grimal. A year from now, what will people be saying about Pontiac?
Well, I predict that people will be saying that we've got a mayor and city council that work collaboratively with one another, that are effectively and efficiently addressing the needs of Pontiac's residents, and that are attracting investment and residents to Pontiac while dramatically improving city services, fixing the roads, plowing the snow on time, and improving the quality of parks and youth recreation in the community.
All right, pretty good. New council member Kathleen James, what are they going to be saying? What do you hope they'll be saying?
Well, a year from now, I hope they are going to be saying that they are hopeful. They are going to see enough signs. They are going to see enough things happening, transformation happening in the city, that people are going to begin. You know, it takes time to build that sense of hopefulness. Mm-hmm. And I think in a year, people are going to be gearing up. Hey, we are really making this happen.
I think they'll start to see a comparison change, that they'll start to talk about Pontiac as a place that is coming back, a place with a lot of momentum, excitement, and stop comparing us to places of distress. You know, I'd love to see a customer come in and have a choice and say where they just came to and where they're going to down here in our downtown, rather than this being their only stop of the evening.
A progression in a good working relationship with the city. We have not had that in years with the county, and now it's going to continue even more effectively with the new leadership in the city, with the mayor and the city council.
You've got a new mayor. You're taking over from the previous mayor. You've got 7 new council members. I can't remember a time which I've seen so much change in one election. What do you attribute that to? Are people just restless as heck out there in Pontiac?
Well, I think that's a good way of putting it, Chuck. I think people have been fed up with the status quo. They want to see real progress. They want to see improvements in their day-to-day quality of life. They want to see expanded economic opportunity. And they've been frustrated that we haven't seen as much progress in those regards as they'd like to. So this is a new day in Pontiac.
And what do you bring to the table? You're former Democratic leader in the Michigan House. You also sat on the Oakland County Commission, so you've been on 2 different governing legislative bodies, and now you're coming in as the chief executive where the buck stops at your desk.
I have a track record of being able to work collaboratively with other elected officials, and that's going to be key as my first and most immediate priority is developing a great working relationship with the incoming council, including Councilwoman James and Councilman Nicholson. And so I have an ability to do that, to work collaboratively and effectively with others. And that's essential if we're going to get anything done in the city. Number 2, connections with other layers of government. I have relationships in Lansing, in Washington, D.C., at the county level, and that will better enable us to leverage resources from those other levels of government.
Yeah. Councilman Nicholson, you have an HR background that you've been doing, and you do it on a day-to-day basis with JERC. It's not a huge staff there in City Hall. What are you going to bring to the table? What are you going to tell the new mayor that he needs to be able to make that City Hall run and run smoothly?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Tim has been listening with ears wide open, and I think he has exactly the right frame of mind. We've got, just under 50 employees at our city right now that used to benefit from over 1,000. Our population size has changed, but it certainly isn't congruent. So getting in, rolling our sleeves up, hiring the right people, paying the right amount for those people so that way they feel appreciated and want to work hard for us. That to me is going to be 100% key. And I know he is completely on board and in lockstep with that.
All right, we need to take a little pause for the cause. When we come back, I want to get Councilwoman James involved in this. I want to talk about some of your history from Savannah and what that may bear in terms of the city of Pontiac, some things you might want to see us do that have already been done down south, and Commissioner Powell, what the county's position on all this is going to be. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Councilwoman James, you came to Detroit area in 1964. You came from Savannah, Georgia, a very historic city. But since you've been here, you've been involved in all sorts of organizations, from parks associations to historic commissions. So a lot of it grassroots stuff. What did you learn from some of those other places that you want to see happen in Pontiac?
Well, I really brought from Savannah a real love of history and appreciation, and I saw in Savannah how effectively they used their history to be able to build the economic foundation of the city. And I'd like to see that happen in Pontiac, because Pontiac is a wonderfully historic city. We've got so many elements within the city that could definitely be a very strong part of our economic development, because we've got to redefine ourselves. We're no longer a car city, but we have to redefine what that new place looks like. And I really believe that our history is going to play a big part of that.
Commissioner Powell, what do you see as the major problems facing Pontiac, the biggest challenges, as well as things that put a real big smile on your face, some of the work that you've done on the commission? Because we're always hearing about, you got that great corridor Woodward coming straight down there, that historic road, which we see the Dream Cruise and other things that get national attention. But is it infrastructure?
We do have some things that we need to focus on in that area. Some of the other difficult things that I see coming to the city is, helping our small businesses a little bit more, providing the resources that they need to help our business community, and even in our neighborhoods and stuff, bringing our neighborhoods whole, to where residents feel safe. So if we come together and do all of that, that should move our city forward in a better way.
There are going to be times of disagreement, but it's really important that we push through those times and continue to seek common ground at every opportunity so that we can actually come to consensus, get things done, and move, in that case, the state forward. And the same applies at the city level. I don't expect the city council to agree with me on every issue or vice versa. But the key is for us to all, in good faith, work together, collaborate, and try to find common ground at every opportunity. In terms of partisanship, it's actually sort of refreshing at the local level that we don't run as Democrats or Republicans. We simply run as candidates, and we serve as elected officials without a party designation. Things at the local level tend to be much less ideological and much more oriented towards addressing challenges and finding solutions to day-to-day problems. And so that's very refreshing. And I think as long as we continue to work together in good faith, and we actually address the most pressing challenges that Pontiac's residents and Pontiac businesses face, and people see positive progress, and we continue to build hope and optimism, that the rest will follow.
Piggyback off of that, you're a small business owner. You've got the bar there in downtown. You also have a consulting business as well. As a small business person, what is it that you and your colleagues need most? What are you hearing from other small business people?
Yeah, we need infrastructure in our downtown and then in our commercial corridors too. We need working streetlights. We need painted parking spaces. We need a relationship with the city where the city can process our permits and our applications. And my business alone during the pandemic, we were trying to build an outdoor patio so we could continue to stay open and serve customers. And it took me personally 6 months to get that permit, which that was, a big inspiration for wanting to get involved and roll up my sleeves up and, roll those sleeves up in a different way. But it extends to all of our commercial corridors. We're all seeking that support, which we've really only been able to get from our relationship with the county. So to see that happen at the city level will really be game changing.
All right, we're going to take another little quick break. We'll hurry right back with more questions to our panel right after this. Commissioner Powell, housing has become an absolutely crucial issue right now, particularly because of the pandemic, people trying to hang on to their homes, other people trying to be able to make rent. We had special legislation that came through both in Lansing and Washington to try to get us through this pandemic, but a lot of that stuff is starting to run out now, and we're still having people face those kind of problems. What is it you're doing on the housing front that you see Pontiac needs, but not just Pontiac, because you get to represent more than just the city of Pontiac, but Oakland County as a whole?
So, great question. I actually am the chair of a lot of the housing issues that happen, and we look at it from a lens of the county. And we are prepared. We are preparing ourselves to deal with a lot of that stuff that is to come in the first quarter. As you all may not know, but the county is planning to put our first foreclosure, go through our first foreclosure process in March. And we know that that's going to be detrimental to a lot of people. So we have proactively, especially for some of our communities, are proactively going out to assist in notifying constituents to try to save their homes. So that's one thing. And then we're also looking at other funding mechanisms and programs to put in place to help people with the issues with the rent and mortgages and not being able to pay. And we also currently have a program at the county that is helping with rental, utilities, even daycare now. We just launched that program to kind of help constituents with that. So we're on it. It is a very, very important issue.
Angela touched on a little bit of what we have to, in terms of governments like the county and their previous history with Pontiac, even at the state level. Pontiac has suffered from systemic racism and just the kinds of things that happen because you're just a leftover society and you are underserved and underutilized. So we have suffered from that, but what we need is for that to change. That has to change. We have to have those partnerships with the county, be able to build partnerships between businesses like General Motors, like the other wonderful businesses, Amazon, that have moved to Pontiac. We need them to be partners with us in being able to provide quality parks, quality recreation for our children and our families in the city. We've got a lot of work to do on that. The city alone cannot do it. I think Tim has a great perspective on what he wants to do as a mayor, but we can't do it alone. We are going to need those companies and those businesses, the county, to kick in. We all have to work together to be able to provide the kind of environment that will sustain a good quality of life for our residents, because they want that. And I want that, and they want it.
When we come back on Spotlight for this final segment, I want to talk to all four of you about the role that you see education playing in the future of Pontiac, as well as the changing politics of Oakland County. We'll be right back. Stay with us. And welcome back to Spotlight. Education, man, if there's one area that has seen everything, this past couple of years as we've been dealing with the pandemic. It's education, our teachers, our education staff, parents, whether it's virtual or it's in person, and we still aren't sure where all this is headed because we don't know about all these variants and when it's going to end or if it will ever end. As you deal with the topic of education, from each one of your vantage points, briefly, what do you envision you want to see done, or who are you going to collaborate to make sure that we are hopefully becoming a top 10 education state? Mr. Mayor, you want to start with that?
Absolutely. It's important to note, of course, that the school system is not under the control of city government. It's under its own elected school board. However, I think there are some really exciting opportunities for city government to collaborate with the school district and with charter schools to improve educational outcomes. That's especially true around workforce development, skilled trades training, apprenticeship programs. Not every student is going to go on to college, but there are other avenues and pathways to really good paying jobs. They require some additional skill training. And that's something that needs to happen in partnership between the city, the school district, Oakland Community College, local businesses, and labor unions. And that really needs to start in high school. And so that partnership with the school district is absolutely key to making sure that we're expanding economic opportunity for everybody here in our community.
Anybody else on the panel want to really just jump in and add a word about education and where you see it's going?
Yeah, I want to say, I think we need to also spotlight the tremendous work that our school board has done. We have come in such a far financial way, and by means of we were $50 million in deficit in that school board, and we are now made over $50 million in investment in our buildings, in our infrastructure, in our classrooms, and that will continue to grow. And the city's objective really is to support that and continue to make sure that everything that we can do as far as housing and making sure that people that are attending our schools have a great and safe place to go home each night, that there's youth recreation opportunities. We have a huge youth recreation a decision to be making in this next year, but then also adult education. What does that look like, and how can we fortify our school district and that staff in those buildings and making sure that they can be a part of that process?
Sure. Let me ask a question a slightly different way. And the county commissioner and Mayor James, sorry, I've elevated you real quick, Mayor James. Councilwoman James, I'm pitting you against the mayor now. But in a slightly different way, answer this. The politics of Oakland County is changing. When I first got to this town almost 40 years ago, Oakland County was a Republican stronghold, make no bones about it. That's shifting and that's changing. That title is starting to go to Macomb County. Why do we see this change going on? And will this change, increasing number of Democrats in control versus Republicans, will that be good or bad for the education system?
It's going to be good for us in this shift. The shift in the leadership there is for a reason. The county is changing, and now we are a representation of what the entire county looks like and not just one side. So by us continuing the collaboration and helping in our communities to make that extra push is going to help. So yes, the shift was needed, and now you will see more good things happening in the city of Pontiac, because for years when the leadership was Republican, we didn't get a lot of attention or help here or assistance and collaboration. But now you see that, and we proved that with using the CARES dollars, how we spreaded that money across the board to reach all individuals and not just certain party line individuals. So we're continuing to do that. And I'm happy that we're shifting the way that we're shifting with more democratic control.
Councilwoman James, are you going to be getting with your new mayor and taking a march to Lansing and going to your Democratic governor saying we need some help and we need it fast? And
absolutely.
And we're in line with a whole lot of other people from around the state.
Absolutely. I come with that commitment that I want to support our mayor and that we want to work with him as one body. really, committed to moving the city forward. So I don't have any doubt that that is going to happen. I did have a comment on the education. One of the things I want to focus on, we're talking about standards, but we're coming out of a pandemic, Chuck, and my concern is, are our kids okay? And I think the first thing we've got to do with education and with the schools is let's come together as a community and embrace our children and make sure they are okay. One of the ways we can do this is to support parents in providing after school activities for those kids. So there's a whole lot that's involved in educating a child. And I hope to be able to work with Tim's administration to be able to create after school programming for kids in every district so that we can help our parents to be able to do a better job parenting.
Mayor, will you be able to get to the front of the line there in Lansing with the governor because of your connections?
I think so. I have a good relationship with the governor. I have a good relationship with legislators on both sides of the aisle. And as has been noted, we certainly have an important role to play here at the city. We need to make sure that we're keeping our own house in order, but we also can't do it alone. And we need to leverage resources from the state and federal governments as well as the county. Pontiac historically has not gotten its fair share of resources from other levels of government. We're going to change that. We're going to make sure that we're bringing necessary resources to bear here in the city in order to lift up all of our residents.
And Councilman Nicholson, you get the last word. That Liberty Bar, how old is it?
93 years old.
All right, so you're getting close to 100 there. Anything from a historic perspective that you would like to see done that maybe now you have the political clout to work with your colleagues on getting done?
Yeah, my district actually has a number of historic areas along the Telegraph corridor, and really a lot of those lost opportunities have been not being part of these federal historic and state level historic programs, and we can access so many opportunities for residents to be able to upkeep those properties and make sure those areas of our city continue to shine.
Mr. Mayor, the two new members of the Pontiac City Council and County Commissioner Powell, thank you so much for joining us today on Spotlight. Best of luck to all of you in 2022. And I'm Chuck Stokes. We'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the Spotlight. We hope you have a great week.